What's up everybody, welcome back to Tekin Builds. I hope you all had a great holiday season. I know I sure did. It was awesome to get out of the studio for a little bit and just kick it with family and friends and hit the slopes. When we left off last year before Christmas break, we had just installed element-proof electronics in our ProLine Pro MT 4x4. We're gonna do a little quick recap of all that stuff and how I set it up and how we got everything ready to go out and bash in the snow, and we element-proofed all of it so we don't have to worry about water. Last year we got our chassis running, we still had to do up our body, and we had to pick our wheels and tires. ProLine sent me 2 sets of wheels and tires. There were Badlands included in the kit, mounted up on some black F11 wheels, and they also sent me some Sandpaw paddle tires. Now Sandpaw is obviously for the sand, but I can tell you these work phenomenally in the snow also. These just have huge paddle lugs on them. They're a lot like a snowmobile track, and that's exactly what this thing drove like in the deep POW. It was super fun watching this thing just roost and float across that open snow like it was nothing, and I was really impressed with the overall performance of it. So this was a special edition of the Pro MT 4x4. It came with ProLine's ambush body, which looks a lot like an International Scout that has been pinched front and rear, and then it has this really nice trail cage up on the top. So this can also be used on scale crawlers, but I gotta tell you, I really like it on this monster truck. It's pretty fun, and it gives you a nice handle to pick the thing up from too. I went with just a straight up metallic silver paint job and just a two-tone. I did silver from the inside, and I masked off the interior and did a flat black using the overspray film. Now you can trim really lightly on the outside of the body with the overspray film still on and use that as your mask. If you do that, you can get some pretty cool effects with this two-tone setup. So like I've got flat black on the interior, and it contrasts really nice off of the shiny metallic silver that's painted from the underside. I also had some extra rally stripe kits that SOR did up for our Vanquish VS410 builds, and they fit the ambush body perfect. If you're looking to get your set of these rally stripe kits, go check out SOR Graphics store at shop.sorgraphics.com. Jay's got all kinds of cool stuff up there, then you can really customize your rides and give it your own personal taste. And when I first ran this thing, I went ahead and threw the kit Badlands on just to see how they would perform, and as I suspected, they were really good tires. I think they're going to be awesome in the soft dirt, rocks and stuff in the summertime, but I ultimately ended up going with the Sandpaws because this thing flies across open powder. All that big under flat belly on the chassis really helps it float, and then you get all 4 tires pulling, and it's just throwing snow and pawing its way through. I see what you did there, ProLine. That's good. So there were a couple things that I wanted to change on this truck, mainly being the diffs. I think that if we stiffen the diffs all the way around for snow, that's going to give us better pull from all 4 tires at the same time. Right now, that center diff seems like it's a little bit light for snow, but for dirt, it's probably going to be perfect. So I might have to look at getting just 3 separate diffs that I can just throw in this thing for the winter time. If we stiffen up that center, it's going to transfer more power to the front and rear wheels equally rather than the front pulling so hard. You can see when it's going through the snow, it's kind of porpoising a little bit. And I think if we can get those rear tires pulling a little bit harder, that should push the thing a little bit better through the snow, and the fronts won't have to do all the work. All in all, I'm really happy with the performance of this truck. I still need to GPS it. If I had to guess, we're probably in the low to mid 40s for top speed. I'm gonna throw my phone in there with that speedometer app we used for the Pro 2 Street Outlaw car build and see what kind of top speed we can get out of it when I can get a stretch of dry road. Hopefully we'll be able to do that here pretty soon. All the electronics performed flawlessly. The RX-4, that guy is basically waterproof. The only thing you need to protect on the RX-4 is the fan port or the data port where the hot wire would plug into, and we include dielectric grease just for that. So you fill that guy up, plug the fan in, or don't run the fan. I didn't run a fan because the fans aren't waterproof. I didn't want it to get packed full of snow and actually jam up. That can do some bad things. So I ran it with no fan and we had no heat issues whatsoever, as expected. The whole tub of the car was just packed full of snow, so everything stayed nice and cool and we had no issues. You also need to use some of that grease on the sensor port. That will protect your sensors from getting any interference. If they do, it'll kick to sensorless. You'll notice a little bit of cogging on the low end, but it's no big deal. Usually it will dry right out and you'll be good to go again. Same thing on our motor. We protected those sensors with that same dielectric grease, and other than that, that motor doesn't care. You can get it as wet as you want and it's gonna be fine. You just wanna check those bearings every once in a while if you're running out in a lot of water, just to make sure that they're not drying out and that they're not rusting, because if one of those grenades, your rotor can damage the stack inside the motor. So be sure to check that out. That's just a little bit of preemptive maintenance and you want to make sure that you stay on top of that. Our T360 servo is all sealed up and shielded from water as well. I had absolutely zero issues with the servo out in the field, and performance wise, that 360 is perfect for a truck this size. Overall, I'm really pleased with the performance of this truck. It's fun to just have a rig that you know is just super tough. You can throw a lot of power at it. You can go out and just bash on the thing and have a good time. Hit jumps, you know, going through snow. This thing is hilarious in the snow. I could not stop smiling the entire time we were out driving it. It's just funny watching a big monster truck fly through knee-deep powder like it's nothing. I gotta give this truck 2 thumbs up. Really nice job, Proline. Everything is super stout on this thing. It runs super smooth. I'm just really happy with the overall performance of it, and I'm definitely looking forward to bashing on it more in the future. So much so that we actually built a second one, and we're gonna get some running video of both of those trucks chasing each other. Hopefully we'll hook up some GoPros. That should be a good time. We'll do that sometime this summer. So if you've got any questions about Tekin Element Proof products or setting up Tekin products in general, or if you're looking for product recommendations for your application, throw them in the comments down there below. I do try to answer every single one of them. You can also hit us up on Facebook Messenger or shoot us an email. This build's been super fun. It was a real easy one because the truck was already pre-built, so we got to install our electronics and thrash on it. I'm loving this thing. I can't wait to take it outside and put some more batteries through it. Hope you guys enjoyed the Pro MT 4x4 series. I'll get more videos up on this in the summertime when we've got dirt showing. Right now there's just so much snow that all I'm gonna get is snow footage, and right now that's okay with me. If you liked the video, click that like button, share it with your friends so they can check it out, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future Tekin Builds content. Ty Campbell, happy 2020, and we'll see you next time.